birthday. It's here. It's here. Weighs like 30 pounds, but it's here. You ready to see it?
Sure.
Oh, too excited not to just open it right away. Gotta make sure that the goods are secure. It's safe. Oh, just threw them in, no padding. Wonderful. So let's see. Desserts. We have 1 through 7. They actually look like they were not too beat up in transit, although there was 0 packaging in here, no bubble wrap, no extra fluff of anything. But yeah, they actually look okay. So far, there's so many of these, they're so massive. I am going to be keeping these in this box for a while until I can get a shelf that'll actually fit them. But here they are. Just wait till I review this series. And again, I am so surprised that these are not damaged at all with nothing else in this box. But I'm happy that they seem okay. It is time. It is here. It has been long awaited. And it's finally here. The Right Stuff manga haul. Here we are. With the padding on top. Okay. And here it is. The first thing on top are just a couple of books here. They're not technically manga, but we have Remember and Orange. Just got these because they're literally $1 on the Right Stuff sale, and the art looked beautiful. So let's check these out real quick. Yeah, so I have no idea really what these are about, but the art looked great. It's by Benjamin, just one word, and the art does look pretty cool, so I'll give these a read. I think it's worth $1. You know, and I'm not too upset if they aren't worth it. But here is the main series that I have been hoping for, been waiting for, and that is 20th Century Boys. You know it, the one and only Naoki Urasawa. Of course, this is his probably most well-known series, I would say. And I've been really excited to continue reading this because I picked up the first 5 volumes of the singles from my local library and was reading it, and it really drew me in. It just made sense to just pick it up during this Right Stuff manga haul, during their sale when everything was like half price, because these are normally like $20 a volume, and they were on sale for like $11. And now I can stack my shelves, show it off, and add it to the collection while also finishing reading this. I think I only made it then. Volume 5 in singles is only like halfway through volume 3 of these perfect editions, which are 2-in-1s. And if you might notice already, but if you see behind me, I got a new bookshelf because I couldn't fit all of my manga, and I want to keep it protected with the glass doors. I'll give a quick tour of that once I get everything on the shelves. But we went all the way through to 21st Century Boys. We got the whole thing here. And the only one that I did not pick up from them during this sale was actually volume 8. And why? Because I had just the most FOMO that I could possibly have. I could have gotten that volume for $11 too. But they did not have volume 8 in stock, and I was afraid that it was not going to come back in stock for the sale. So I went out and I looked on Book Depository, and I found a volume for cheaper than even Amazon. I have it here, and that's the coolest cover. That is the coolest cover of them all. So I thought everybody was just buying this one up because it just looks super sweet, and it just wasn't going to come back in stock in time. And here the stack is getting bigger than the camera, so we're gonna put these on the floor. But we've got them all here. They didn't really package them in any particular order, but this is the biggest haul that I have ever done, because this is all 11 volumes plus the 21 Century Boys volume. So this is a lot of manga. I'm very excited to continue reading 20th Century Boys, to begin reading Berserk. I'm halfway through the first deluxe edition volume, and it's been great so far. And I will update you on what series I'm currently reading and where I'm at with them moving forward in this video. But as of right now, I just want to show off this awesome series that I picked up, 20th Century Boys. It's gonna look so good on the shelf. Thank you for watching. I know earlier in the video you saw this was probably the biggest manga haul that I've had so far. I had picked up 1 through 7 deluxe of Berserk, all of 20th Century Boys during the Right Stuff anime birthday sale, and that was probably the biggest, I would say, for the month of August, my biggest pickups ever. And I knew that I was going to be going to California as well in late August, so I wanted to hold off on another video until then, until I was able to go over, check out Little Tokyo, check out Kinokuniya, and also Anime Jungle over there, see what I could find. But I will share with you now what we ended up getting. If you want to see those stores in more detail, there's a lot of videos of people exploring those shops. If you want to go check them out, or if you want to go watch other creators' videos exploring their space, they're out there, but they're great shops. Especially Kinokuniya had like a huge selection that both me and my wife could have spent probably tons of money in there. In that store though, we did find something. My wife found this on the shelf. This is from the creator of JoJo's, and it is Hirohiko Araki's Manga in Theory and Practice. This is just basically him giving a rundown on his secrets, kind of his secret recipe on how he created JoJo's, how he creates compelling stories that keep people reading and gripped and interested. So I thought this was perfect because I just started writing again a little bit more. I've had some ideas start to flow and I wanted to put them on paper, but where better to learn how to go about it than from the man himself, right? And secondly, this one was from Anime Jungle over there in Little Tokyo. I picked up volume 6 of Yowamushi Pedal. I love this series. You all know I love this series. Number 6 is hard to get. It's hard to find. I think it's like $50 plus, secondhand. And I saw this one, it was their last one. It was the one they had displayed on the shelf. They didn't have any more tucked in the back, nothing. I had to take the display one and give it to me. But I knew at retail price, I couldn't pass it up. I had to pick it up. So currently I have number 10. Got this one at a good price too. A little bit more than retail, but still a good price. And number 6. I'd say they're both in really good condition. Number 10's got a little bit more yellowing to the spine and everything, but ultimately beautiful volumes. This is all I've got. It's gonna take a lot to collect this series, I think, but it's definitely worth it. I also ordered, because I was looking in both stores and none of them had it. They had other volumes, but they didn't have the one I was looking for. I needed volume 6 still of Tokyo Ghoul. They didn't have it. I wanted to find it out there on the hunt, and sadly I couldn't. So I just went ahead and placed an order on bookdepository.com and got myself volume 6. But I have been reading Tokyo Ghoul. I'm currently on volume 5, so I'm just waiting on volume 6 to come in the mail so that I can keep reading. You know, I'm kind of delaying finishing volume 5 until that arrives. I have, since picking this up, gone to my local library, gotten a couple more things because I don't have enough. Don't have enough to read. Like, all of 20th Century Boys is not enough, even though I'm only on number 5. Berserk, not enough, even though I'm only on volume 2. Deluxe edition volume 2, so it's really like volume 4. But I needed more to read, so I go to my library, right? And of course I pick up a classic, Yu-Gi-Oh! 1 through 3. And I had considered picking up the omnibus that compiled these volumes together. I found one for a steal actually, but then I thought about it again. And I thought, you know, with the unfortunate, untimely passing of Takahashi, rest in peace, I was like, they're going to reprint these. They already announced they're going to reprint these, and they're probably going to do something special for it. Probably going to create some cool 2-in-1 editions, maybe with awesome covers or something. But I decided to hold off. 1, I haven't read the manga, and 2, I want to see if they're going to do something special. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Has meant a lot to me. It definitely had a special place in my life at a, you know, from a young age. I think about 10 years old, my uncle gave me my first Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. It was his old collection. You know, we had Blue Eyes, we had Dark Magician, we had all the classics. And I grew up watching the show too, so it definitely spoke to me and was a big part of my life. And I played up until my early 20s with my friends. So until, you know, just within the past, say, 6 or so years, I sold off my collection. But I decided to pick up the manga again because I heard, you know, it's very different. And already just going in a couple of pages, the art style is very different. The characters have their Japanese names. They're playing other games other than just Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game. Like, it's definitely got a different vibe, and it's a very cool, it's almost like a brand new experience all over again. So I'm looking forward to getting through these volumes, and then maybe when something special gets released, I can pick up the new printing of the original series. Next, of course, I had to start reading JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm only on part 2 right now, but my library actually has everything up through part 4. So these hardcovers are beautiful, and I want to collect these, but I don't think I have enough room on this shelf right here. This is what I got. This is what I got to work with. And I only have so much as far as funds, and there's so many series I want to read. So if my library's got 1 through 4, I'll read part 1 through 4 through them. plus I've seen 1 through 3 in anime form, but I gotta say, experiencing it in its original manga form is a whole new world. Like, the artwork is amazing. I'm gonna show off some of the color panels here. Like, he does an amazing job with detail and how much care he puts in to every single panel, the layout, just everything. It's like a beautiful manga. I can see why it's a classic. So I did pick up the very first volume in hardcover of part 5. That would be Golden Wind, and I'm not anywhere close to it. I'm only on part 2, but I wanted to add it to the collection, get one of them in there, and eventually I'll make it to that part and I'll start collecting the rest of part 5. But as for right now, this will do. It's been a fun ride so far. It's a fun one that I take to work and will read on my lunch break. I leave the serious stuff for when I'm at home. Stuff like Tokyo Ghoul, Berserk, 20th Century Boys, that kind of stuff I'll pick up when I'm, at home, and on the weekend I can have myself a cup of coffee or, settling in the bed. I want something fun to read that will, make me think. But when I'm taking my break at lunch, I just want some fun, and JoJo's is a lot of fun. The last one is a Junji Ito title, and No Longer Human is one that's been recommended to me a lot since I read Uzumaki, and I enjoyed Uzumaki. I enjoyed the artwork. I thought it had some great, very gripping and very creepy stories in there, but it wasn't all that I hoped it would be, and I thought Uzumaki was kind of the peak of Junji Ito. Well, people in the Discord that I'm in and highly involved in the community there, for Boogie Snacks, he's another YouTuber. You can check him out, check out his videos. He also streams a lot. Great guy. He's got a great Discord community, and people in there were telling me that this was Junji Ito's true peak. So I wanted to discover for myself if this story speaks to me the same way it did to them. And pretty much they said, if this doesn't do it for you, then Junji Ito is just not your guy. But I think this story sounds really interesting, maybe a little depressing, but we're gonna get through it. I think it'll be a fun ride. So we've got a very diverse set of manga to read now. I think I've got a lot to get through, and I've made a lot of progress, I feel like, on the collection so far. Already on the 5th volume here, 20th Century Boys, in the 2-in-1s. So I'm really on what is that, like volume 9 in the series. And I do want to get back into Berserk and keep reading that, but it's definitely a sort of tough one to get through, especially when I've seen the anime up through the eclipse, so I know what's gonna happen. I know where it's gonna take me, emotionally, mentally, and in every way. I want to get past that, but I also want to experience it again in manga form, because the artwork's amazing. It deserves that. It deserves me going through it in manga form. But I just know what's coming. I know how the story unfolds, and I can't wait to push through to those later volumes. But it's just going to take some time, and I'm in no rush, because I know volumes 8 and beyond are going to take some time for me to collect. I was lucky enough to get this great haul and this big chunk of the collection filled with that one pickup. I was lucky that these volumes are in pretty great condition, and I got a great price on them, so I'm happy about that. But I'm in no rush to blow through them too quickly. That being said, got a lot to read. I think I'll be slowing down on picking stuff up for a good while. I feel like I'm gathering everything for the winter time to hibernate and just curl up and read my manga. So I'm excited to do that, and I probably won't stop grabbing a volume here or there for the collection or from my library, of course. But as of right now, this is what I've got to read. If there's any particular volume or any particular series that I showed here that you're curious about, maybe you're curious on what I think, or you want to share your personal opinions on it, leave it down in the comments. Can't wait to hear from you guys. I would love to just, get something out of you guys over there and on what you guys think about my collection, about what I've been reading, what have you been reading. I just want to hear more. I want to get plugged in and, just get involved with you guys in the manga community. I'm so happy that I found this hobby and this community. It's been a blast. I can't wait to continue this journey. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Super Kami, and I'll catch you next time. Take it easy.